How's it going? So the next thing that I want to talk about, which I've seen it online, a lot of people are using it now, is Clay. The research that used to take hours now takes seconds, and this is specifically with tools like Clay that really help with data enrichment. When you look about go-to-market research, whether you're in sales, whether you're in sports, entertainment, et cetera, it's manual. You have to go through LinkedIn, Apollo to learn information about a potential prospect. For example, if you're going after certain sponsors, you're going to have to search the amount of employees, their CMOs, titles, etc. Okay, so I used to work at a sports sponsorships agency. A lot of what we were doing was populating prospect lists full of brands that would be willing to kind of sponsor the properties you were representing. As you can kind of see here in terms of this list, we've done the financial category. What I want to kind of add is that the only thing I really put in here were the names of the companies, because after I did that through data enrichment, all of this stuff can be automated. I'm just going to give you a peek under the hood of how this kind of works. So if you're looking at the settings of kind of all these columns, like even for a domain, you have in the setup that it's being mapped against Snove, Google, Clearbit, HG Insights. So it's using all of these websites to one, just populate the domain name of the company. Then through the enrich company column, you're going to map everything that has to do with that domain. So it's getting the website, the name, etc. And then from there, you can even go to employee count, industry. Again, it's using these domains to help populate that data, and it's all automated. But now where it gets really cool is when you introduce Claygen. So I did it as an example for CMO information. If you're looking at a company, and especially what I was trying to do in terms of sponsorships, if they have a new CMO that's hired, that's a good signal in terms of, okay, this company might be willing to invest in new things. As you can kind of see in the configuration for this prompt, I had another AI help me in terms of just creating a prompt that would have the agent within Clay map all of these things. So you're a web researcher looking for a new CMO or a new VP of marketing, et cetera, et cetera. Here's how you can check the sources. And it goes all the way through this to then populate of these companies. Who are all the recent hires? Have any of them been in the last 90 days? For example, this is a new bank. Yes, they have. And we do this with levels. Now we can go into funding, recent funding rounds. Again, you're doing the same thing, iterating over and over. I'm on a free plan, which is why I did not populate all of these. This is more of just an educational tool. Now that we already had our Quagent help with multiple different criteria in terms of this sheet. So for me, it was CMO hires, funding rounds, new product launches, and also has there been competitors who have had recent sponsorships. And based on all of this, again, as someone who has no idea how to code or do anything of that matter, I went into my Claude, had it create a signal formula, which would basically rank all of these different attributes on a 1-to-4 ratio. So like I said, I haven't populated this with that much data, which is why you're getting zeros and ones and twos. But then based on this, the priority score of, okay, if there's a 2 or above, it's warm. If it's 0, not now, et cetera, et cetera. And it's all really easy for you to come in and just put this through in terms of like all the values. So just take a backtrack and really look at Clay from a high level. In the past, especially for sales team, the research in terms of populating your prospect list was done by hand. Once you have the name of the brand, yeah, you have to look up, do they have a new CMO? Has there been recent funding? Has there been product launches that could signal a potential shift in their marketing budget? But now, if you know how to use these tools correctly, you can automate it in minutes. So if you're in a company, especially in a sales function where you think that your tools might be not up to speed in terms of prospecting, would highly recommend Clay as one of them. And also it's just great to be learning these tools as we all kind of age up in the professional world. If you like this very quick tutorial, I would highly recommend going on my website, griffguidesai.com. I do a lot of demos on different products in the AI space. It is very hard to keep up with them, but if you go on this book a call button, I will happily talk to you for on end about all the new AI tools, things I'm using, etc. Have a great day, guys, and thank you.